This video will really help you out if you're thinking about the Tapo ColorPro Outdoor Smart Camera. Let's start the timer and start with the many reasons why you might want to know how fast you can unbox and set up a camera. One big reason is that you might be looking to add or even replace a dozen or more devices depending on the size of your property and what security coverage you want. In that case, the minutes really do add up, especially if you'll have to do some of these setup steps up on a ladder in the sweltering heat or something. Since every brand is different, you might also want to know if you'd have to do some pesky QR code scanning with a particular camera's setup. Luckily, you won't have any of that with this Tapo device. But watch the rest of the video to see how easy or hard it is to set up the ColorPro outdoor camera. As you can see, barely 40 seconds in and we've unwrapped the box, got the parts out and plugged in the 100 to 240 volt AC adapter. And now we've plugged in the camera to power. I'll just balance it here while getting the app out. And just as a reminder, your setup process will be much faster if you download the app and register a TP-Link account beforehand. And then finally, you can open the app to the Home tab. Press the top right plus button, and then tap Add Device. I'm removing some clutter here. You only need the basics to set this up. After that, tap Outdoor Cameras and prevent your camera from tipping over like mine almost did. Tapo C325WB. And for convenience, let's go with a wireless setup. At this point, make sure the lights at the front are blinking red and green. If it's fresh out of the box, it should get to this mode immediately. After that, tap Next and enable location access if you haven't already. Once allowed, you'll go back a page and then be asked to connect to the ColorPro camera's Wi-Fi. If you note the instructions, you'll see that if you're using Ethernet to connect, you should disconnect it first at this point in the setup. We've sped it up here for your viewing convenience, but we lost some time since I had to disable and then enable Wi-Fi on my phone because it wasn't picking up the camera's temporary network. Connect to the proper network that begins with TapoCam once it shows up. However, note that since it doesn't have internet access, your device might spend more time checking it and even ask you if you want to keep the connection. Of course, keep the connection so you can go back to the Tapo app. It'll then begin to look for your Tapo camera. Once it's been found, pick the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network you'll be connecting your ColorPro camera to. You also have the option to use another network if you want to manually type its SSID or network name and password. Again, we're speeding it up here as I fumble typing in my credentials, but you can see progress of our timed setup in the stopwatch. And finally, 4 minutes in,
Connecting to Wi-Fi.
the camera connects to the network. By the way, check out the video description below if you want to know the micro SD cards we recommend for your Tapo camera, since if you didn't know, they're capable of local recording. And after your camera connects to your network, it should finish the pairing process soon, after which you can name your device. We're going to leave it on default and set it on an existing location. Now select any icon, but let's breeze through that since I want to complete the setup as fast as possible. At this point, you can skip the Tapo Care Cloud Services free trial that I had a hard time skipping for some reason. You'll also be asked if you want to set up local storage, as well as when you want the firmware update to happen. We're getting close now. Tap the camera tile on the Home tab and go through the app's quick onboarding process. And we're live! I'll move away the box that totally didn't obscure the stopwatch in the last crucial moments. And now you can see that our time to unbox and set up is just under 6 minutes. And if I can get my camera to focus, our final time is 5 minutes and 44 seconds. But I'm pretty sure you can shave off a minute or 3 with some planning. But anyway, that's how fast it took us to unbox and set up the Tapo ColorPro outdoor camera. Like this video if you learned something, and check out our other videos on the Tapo ColorPro series.